and welcome along to the second day of highlights here from the World Snooker Championships in Sheffield. We were treated to another great day of snooker, lots of drama, and we'll bring you the best of the action over the course of the show. And it all started with Ding Junhui, the 2016 finalist, who's through to round two despite a battling performance from Scotsman Anthony McGill, Ding winning 10-7. He faces the winner of Judd Trump and Thepchaiya Unu in the second round.
I'm playing much better than the last few tournaments, and this one is most important. Yeah, fully concentration, and then have a good rest, and just try to enjoy. You know, this everyone's target, this title, and a great winner in the first round.
So Ding was our first player through today, and another match which was scheduled to finish this afternoon was Belgium's Luca Bressel against Gary Wilson. This was always going to be an exciting encounter, as neither of these players have ever made it through to round two, so there was everything to play for. Despite Bressel leading 5-4 after the first session and going 7-5 up in the second, Wilson mounted a fantastic comeback, winning 4 frames in a row to lead 9-7. Play then had to be stopped at 9-8, and they resumed this evening once a table was available. So Bressel levelled the match to 9-all, and we're going to join them in the decider. They've already played for over an hour. It's Wilson at the table, trailing by 19 points. Our commentators are John Parrott and Alan McManus.
Oh, he's played this nice. Played this very well. He's unlucky actually not to get it. That was beautiful striking.
Oh, he was so close to having him in loads of trouble there. One half roll of that cue ball, they would have had him in all sorts of bother. Good reply. Where's the cue ball going though?
Foul. Gary Wilson 4.
Just wonder if he's maybe a bit thin for a shot to nothing with the cue ball going up behind those boar colours. Might be on. Red to the right of the black. Just depends how thin it is.
That does surprise me. I agree, John. I think the shot you're calling, even if he just misses the pot thick, it's a natural in behind those colours. Not with that much side, mind you. But has he got something? Yes, he's got hampered. He may even have the snooker.
The way Gary's head dropped, he has got the snooker. That little flick off the yellow stuck him right in behind the green. I still couldn't have put him back into back there. I know that's worked out. I'm not being an act of the event merchant, but I couldn't have took that chance.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'd have sooner played the shot myself and lived with the consequences.
Yeah, I'm going to have to call in more of his billiard prowess. I say the North East famous for it. Bridges and those guys, they'd know their way round the table. This is a fabulous line again. Very good. Good chance they'll look at brush off the red and behind those 4.
Well, he hasn't actually got the snooker, but that's one of those situations where you don't mind leaving your opponent to look at the likes of this red, because it's so difficult to play safe off. This one tight on the top cushion. If he hits this wrong, he could stick it up. But he's played it very well.
where's this red finishing? Oh, that is a huge blunder. Massive blunder. Okay, 2 tight reds there, 15 behind, pink waiting. It could be all level, or round about that in a few seconds.
Yeah. Important if you can get this cue ball right on the ball cushion, just to make the next shot on the pink easier. Close to that ball cushion is as good as it can get.
One.
Yep, that's not bad. You've got an angle now to come down. Not a totally straightforward positional shot, this, to land the right distance from the top cushion. Now, has he got the angle?
7.
A shake of the head would suggest no, which makes the cue in for this much more difficult. Yep, just what you don't want, straight. Oh, he's slowly clawing his way back into this frame, points-wise. Just a 7 behind now. Luca looking on. It's been a war of attrition, this frame. And those 2 reds where they are. There's a lot more to come yet.
Bramble. Gary Wilson, 8.
Yeah, his heart must have skipped a beat when he came down and saw he was straight on that red. Absolutely no good to him. Nicely played that. Nicely played. And the 2 reds now are finally in potable positions. This is dangerous. Frame time, 1 hour of 10 minutes. Don't bother either of these 2. They're just trying to win it. Oh, he'll take that. What a flick that was. He'll definitely take it now. Goodness me. Well, you can't write it. He's been very good in this frame as Gary Wilson getting out of snookers. He's going to have to find another one. Excellent. Well done.
Yeah, just worth telling you that this is now the longest deciding frame in the history of the World Championship at the Crucible, eclipsing the famous '85 black ball final.
Superb. But has he got him? It doesn't look like it. A bit of swerve going on from Luca. He'll take that. He's having a good run of the balls in the last few shots, is Luca.
Whatever are we going to get next? Oh. I think you can play the red just off straight up and down the spots with the red. Just try and lay it on the baulk cushion. Obviously need to be careful of the double kiss, but I think that shot's on. So you're playing the red thin, a chance of leaving a shot to nothing. Yes, all in all, that was well played actually. Good shot. Yeah, the up and down off the red, the right side of the red, it looks like a double kiss all day, so looking for an alternative.
That's not bad either. Don't know how much of that red that's to the left of the brown he can see, Gary. Certainly can't see that one masked by the yellow. And with it being so close to the side cushion, very dangerous for a double kiss. And one on the left-hand side, so he's just going to play the swerve. Yeah, well played. Good shot, that. Excellent shot. Back of the table from Luca. Quite right too. That was superb.
Yeah, the reds were down behind the black spot a minute ago. How have they now got up there?
It's like they're married, isn't it? You just keep sticking to each other all around the table. Keep moving them around and end up back together again. What a frame this has been. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just gone past the 75 minutes. And we're still no nearer the answer.
And the seconds, ladies and gentlemen, have just ticked past the longest frame in the history of the World Championship at the Crucible. It was 76 minutes and 11 seconds for those of you who want to be precise. We've gotten past that.
Quietly, please.
So, can definitely pot the blue. Yeah. Is it worth anything?
Just thinking, wouldn't you love to get this side of the red quite straight on it?
Blue ball.
Maybe push it towards the corner and nestle in behind brown. Perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself.
What about playing the double on?
Yeah, doubles are possible. How brave is he feeling?
Tell you, what about the double?
6.
If you're really brave, a double and flick the brown out.
Yeah, too brave for the likes of me, that stuff. Here we go then. Oh, he's got it and they've promoted the brown. Can Gary Wilson hold himself together? This brown is no bargain though, I can tell you, with the pressure. Under normal circumstances, this is 9, probably 19 out of 20. Can he hold it together? Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
The opening red in this break was fabulous. The double, full-bloodedly, to pick the brown off the cushion was superb. That was excellent. Probably needs a little bit of check side on this yellow just to hold it for the green. But if he wins it from that situation, after what's happened in this frame and the length of it, every credit to you. There's the check side. Now
13.
He's in fantastic position. It's just a matter, can he hold himself together?
$16. $20.
He's almost there. In goes the blow, the punch from Gary Wilson. He knows he's through. The longest frame in Crucible history then in the decider. Gary Wilson in the end, after a marathon, comes through 10 frames to 9 and goes through to play the winner of Mark Selby and Zhao Jintong. That'll be later in the week, but for now, Gary Wilson is the hero. Well played.
Yeah, just absolutely delighted to get through. That was the main part of that. It wasn't snooker. I don't know what that was, but it was just hard fought. It wasn't much quality in terms of potting and break building, especially the last 4 or 5 frames. But I wasn't bothered, to be honest. I was just trying my best just to get over the line. However,
I just played the deciding frame and you just have to hope something happens, but it didn't. I've been playing really well, practicing hard, but again, it's a very tough defeat to take again.
yeah, I mean, this is the biggest tournament in the world. This is the tournament for years since I've ever started playing. When I was like 8 years old, that I've dreamt of coming to play and do well in. You know, so to get to the last 16, it's brilliant.
Well, there were 3 world champions in action today. Neil Robertson aiming to be the first player since 1992 to complete a Crucible whitewash. And Neil Robertson was in total control yesterday. He led Michael Georgiou 9-0 after the first session, and they resumed play this evening. With his back against the wall and a huge amount of support from the Crucible crowd, debutant Michael Georgiou actually got off to a better start. What a reaction from the Cypriot. He actually won his first frame with a break of 90. So Georgiou was a relieved man after avoiding the whitewash, but the world number 4 does what he does best and wrapped up the match with a break of 64. Neil Robertson really is the man in form this season. He's reached 6 finals, won 3 of them, and there is no sign of him slowing down. And he was certainly very pleased with the way he played today.
I've never really come into the World Championships with such great form. You know, 4 finals in a row. I think even the last time that I had any kind of form was when I won the China Open in 2013. So coming here, I wasn't really concerned about my draw or anything like that. Although when the draw came out, playing a debutant is probably more ideal than playing an experienced player like a Joe Perry or Ali Carter, for example.
I said at the beginning when I got through the qualifiers, you know, it's a childhood dream for me to be here. This season I've set myself targets and I've achieved a couple of them as well. So, you know, Neil's a fantastic player. Yesterday, I'd like to say I could do more, but I can't really say that because it was just too good.
I thought I actually played really well yesterday. I think I restricted him to a few half chances here and there. So yeah, like the scoreline was 9-0, but I don't think Michael was as horrendous as probably what that scoreline suggests.
So that's the 2010 World Champion through, and there were two other former World Champions that played the opening sessions of their matches earlier today.
Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. Really nice shot to play early on. Nice and positive. Oh, yeah. Struggled in, but that'll do nicely. Yeah, vintage wizardry from the wizard. He's off and running.
It's close. It's there. Played it well. It is missable. But played it nice and controlled the cue ball perfectly. So now back in prime position.
Oh, what a way to get back in amongst it. Beautiful shot. Shot of the match, actually.
Well, gave that lots of thought, and in the end thought it was value, and it's value now.
Oh, this time that will be the end.
Not bothered about the black. Shakes Mark Davis's hand. He wins the session, 6-3.
Can he get back up the table? Yes, he can, and that was well cued. Yeah, this is good stuff from Murphy. Cue ball's been on a sixpence for most of it.
Great start from former world champion here. Excellent break, wonderful.
And that young man's in for a game this afternoon if Murphy keeps playing like this. Absolutely fabulous break to start this match. You can't start it any better.
This is tricky to the left centre. Very tricky indeed. Bit of inexperience there, I feel. Black for another century. 2 in a row. There's Sean Murphy, it's there. Excellent break from the former world champion.
And there's the black, and yet another century. 3 in the opening 4 frames of this year's quest to be the world champion again. And this looks like going 9-0, unless Lou can find something or gets a bit of help.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Century number 4 for this afternoon.
The scoring, break building, application, all A1. Started with a 138, finished with that one of 123. Tough session for the Chinese player, but it's Sean Murphy who leads 9 frames to 0 overnight.
Great stuff from Sean Murphy there. You can see the conclusion of that match tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on BBC Two. So Stephen Maguire, the world number 15, made his 16th Crucible appearance today. He was up against a Chinese debutante, Chan Pengfei. Chan led the first session 5-4 after winning 3 frames on the spin. He extended his lead to 8-5 before Maguire won 2 of the next 3 frames. We join at frame 17. Chan's at the table, and barring a snooker, he's booked his place in the second round. Our commentators are John Virgo and Peter Ebden.
No, it's hard to tell exactly what he needs to do here. I always feel that if you start potting the colours, it's one less to snooker behind. but he may consider potting the green and brown and playing the snooker on the blue.
Free.
But then, as I say, you cut your options down, don't you?
Yes, and it looks as if it's going to be quite difficult to get a telling snooker behind the black. Because he'll need to make sure that he doesn't push the blue anywhere near a cushion. Otherwise that would make it easier to hit. Be interesting to see how he plays this.
Where's this cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going?
7.
Wow. His heart would have been in his mouth. Now, can he just push this blue past the black and get the snooker? It's a delicate little shot.
Stephen Maguire.
He's
7.
got it, but there's a one cushion escape. Hands in his pocket, saunters round the table. Cool guy. He's thinking long and hard. Missed it!
Foul. Stephen Maguire 5.
No miscalled, of course, because we're in the snooker's required stage. But Stephen Maguire has got a lifeline. 15 points, the difference, 18 remaining.
Wow. Can you quite believe this? That wasn't a difficult blue to hit. Big pressure here.
I think what makes this blue more difficult, it's hard to see without having to do a lot of work with the cue ball how he gets good position on the pink, and he doesn't want to leave himself a tough pink. Doesn't have to go for the pot, of course, but knowing Stephen, he will. Oh, well, would you believe it? Would you believe it? He may well shake his head. Once he'd missed the blue, you thought he left it, kissed the white, and flew in the middle of the other pocket. Pink and black needed. And the pink's right in the heart of the pocket. Well, what a turnaround. What a stroke of luck. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Needed a snooker, got the snooker. But then somehow fluked the blue. And Tian Peng Fei must be thinking, what have I got to do to win this match? It's back on. 9-8.
It really is back on, and what a match it is turning out to be. So Maguire levelled with a break of 75. We're now going to pick up in the decider. Chan's at the table, leading 42-0.
Kiss on the blue has not made it the best safety shot. If he'd have hit it fuller, He'd have left a straightforward red for Stephen. I don't know whether he can pot this and avoid the kiss on the black. The reason I say that, if he can avoid the kiss on the black, then he can go back up the table for blue or bought colour. If he kisses the black, he may not be on anything. Yeah, managed to avoid the black. And he's landed nicely on the blue.
1.
Well, saying nicely on the blue, he'd once really, well, he has. I think he can just force the cue ball down the right-hand side of the table as we look. Got a couple of reds available into the left corner. Yeah, just got enough angle to force it. A little bit short of pace.
6.
Play for the red just above the black. He's on it, but straighter would have been better.
Seven.
One loose red, so would be sorely tempted here to play the cannon into the reds and bring those reds in the middle of the table into play. If this goes right, and we have a new favourite. It's worked out perfectly. It's worked out perfectly.
12.
It was one of those, you didn't have to play it with a lot of pace. Because if you did play it with too much pace, there was a chance of tying the black up, but he played it perfectly. So now 22 points behind.
20.
He's going to need all the reds with colours.
$21.
So that red that's almost tight to the top cushion, he's going to have to pot.
Well, this really is incredible stuff here from Steve Maguire. What a thrilling match this has been.
28.
Amazing.
$29.
Yeah, that's not ideal. May decide to play for a red into the left centre here. Doesn't really want to be playing this black with run inside.
Now he's had a good look at the scoreboard. He realises now he needs the 4 remaining reds. He played that well.
36.
Had to cue that really nicely. If he'd have jabbed at it, he wouldn't have got the position he's got. So far, so
37.
good, holding himself together. I know he's an experienced campaigner, but he'll be feeling it. He was on the brink of defeat. Took the opportunity to play the nudge, and he's developed the red. Okay, he can't play for the black off this one.
44.
But that just makes that red that much easier. That awkward red. Good thinking. He's thinking straight.
$45.
Just about got an angle on the blue.
The determination and grit that Steve Maguire has showed to get himself back into this match has been simply sensational.
It should be all right. Pot the red, cannon the pink. It will hold the cue ball there. The only problem
51.
was you play it gentle like that. The pink hampers you. He should have been aware of that. Should have played it with more pace to clear the pink away from the cue ball. This is tough.
Does he play the black? It's so tough, isn't it?
Well, it's a type of black. If you miss it, you're going to leave your opponent with a nice, easy starter. And I know the pink's near the left-hand side cushion, but you don't have to play the black. It's his decision. 9 points the lead.
Well, that certainly was the last place on the table. We wanted the pink to finish up. I don't think he can play this black. I think it's too important. I think there's too much pressure on it, and I think it's too difficult to cue.
So he's got a 9-point lead. He doesn't want to put one of the baulk colours safe that he might need. So he's just checking. He could possibly think of putting the blue to the side cushion as a little bit of insurance. Because with the last red and the black and the yellow, green and brown, he wouldn't need the blue. He doesn't want to be putting the brown safe.
Blue ball. Stephen Maguire.
Correct shot. It was hard for him to refuse the black, but it was the right shot.
Well, how many more twists and turns will we have in this match? It's turning into a classic.
Yeah, he can clearly get through to the red and Tian, and I don't know whether he can get to the left-hand side. Well, he can't, unless he played it with the trace aside. I mean, possibility he could get the cue ball behind the pink. But he needs to get that red safe. It needs to run past the green. It hasn't done. Stephen Maguire gets his chance, and he can do it without the blue. One good pot, and victory should be his. Two chances now to win the match. He's not taken them. He'll be in a snooker next time around here.
Well, he's got the snooker, John, but that was a poor shot from Tian.
Yeah, should have been tight to the yellow, shouldn't he? Well, this red is on, but that cue ball being close to the cushion doesn't make it easy. I've never seen that. His chalk fell out of his pocket just as he was going to hit it.
What else? What else is there going to happen in this
I
game?
don't know. And for the first time in this frame, he's got down and made his decision quickly. fully committed to it. But he got down so quickly to play that. All right, the chalk falling out of his pocket got him back up, and yet the rest of the frame, he's been taking his time over everything. Stephen Maguire gets another opportunity. Oh, would you believe it? Would you believe it? It's like the pockets shrink in these deciding frames at the Crucible.
It looked in, didn't it?
Give it every chance by playing it like that. Right smile on his face. 3 chances now he's had and not sealed the deal. Will he get another one?
Incredible to think how much nervous energy both players have expended during this wonderful match.
Always feel when you get to this stage on the last red and one good safety shot, and if you could get a snooker, it gives you such a big advantage. Is it not a thought here, Peter, that you could stun the red down the table, possibly run it into the blue, and leave the cue ball? There's Stephen, he's found a better seat. A bit cooler out, probably. Not under the lights.
I think there's another way that he could possibly play it, and he would be guaranteed to get a good red, and that's send the red down towards the black cushion and check the cue ball off baulk cushion, side cushion behind the green. More difficult to get a snooker that way though, but he would be guaranteed of getting a good red.
Yeah, over 2 minutes. And in the end, he did play to move the blue, and can you believe it? He's caught it full and left over the middle. You have to say that is so unlucky.
Well, that is unbelievable. We could have played that 100 times and the red not ended up there. He's got to consider himself so unlucky.
And I think he purposely played the red into the blue to bring the blue into play, but to hit it that full and the red go over the middle, no one could have envisaged that. And now, Stephen Maguire,
1.
4th chance, frame and match at his mercy. Just composing himself. It's all about position from green to yellow. If he gets it right, it should be a formality. Well, it's a little bit short. You can't just pot the yellow and screw back for the green. It shouldn't be a problem, but you've got to cue this. Oh, has he snookered himself? Surely not. No, I think he can just get past the
6.
brown. And it'll be a very relieved Stephen Maguire. Just green and brown required.
Settle down, please. Thank you.
For an unbelievable, great escape. And Peter, you've got a feel for Tian Pengfei. I've been very impressed with him this evening.
Yes, he's been brilliant in this match. I know we say it from time to time, but it really is a shame for somebody to lose this game.
Just making certain of the brown. I've got to be honest with you, that would not have been my choice. Only one snooker needed. I don't know why he didn't play for the blue.
Stephen Maguire, 13.
But if Tian Peng Fei doesn't get that snooker, at very least Stephen Maguire is through to the second round. Cue ball needs to be tight to the baulk cushion, otherwise it's all over. And Stephen Maguire, as I say, needing a snooker, looked as though he was going to be out 10-8. Got the snooker, fluked the blue, kept him in the match. And that blue, the waist goes on. But what a great match. Credit to the game, credit to both players. Tian Peng Fei, well, you've got to feel for him as he runs out of the arena. Stephen Maguire, mighty relieved. He's in the second round, and after that, who's to say what he can achieve in this year's Betfred World Snooker Championship? He wins 10-9.
I can't believe I'm still in the tournament. I thought it was an even game. I thought the two of us played this same sort of standard all the way through, but I seem to be chasing Tian, you know, the whole way through the match, and how I've won that in the end is crazy.
Yeah, feeling a little bit pressure because I nearly win the match, so it should go in 10-7. So I lost the frame a little bit disappointed, but I tried my best to concentrate on the game. So yeah, Stephen's the top player. So yeah, hopefully he good luck, nice run for him.
Oh, what a day it has been. 2 matches going down to the final frame, and it's only day 2. Well, stay with us because next on Snooker Extra, you can see how the opening session played out between John Higgins and Mark Davis. As for me, I'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock with John Parrott. You can see the conclusion of Sean Murphy and Lu Hong Hao. Murphy currently leads 9-0. Will we see the first Crucible whitewash for 27 years? Excited to see how that one plays out. And the former world #1 Mark Selby kickstarts his Crucible campaign against Zhao Jingtong. Hazel will be back at 1 o'clock with our live afternoon coverage, including world #1 Ronnie O'Sullivan against amateur James Cahill. Well, thank you so much for your company. See you again soon.
Oh, a cup, isn't it like a cup with little handles?
It is, with a guy playing billiards on the top.
Oh,
it's a lady with a
Wow. But you don't get to really see it that close, do you? On telly, they do, but you don't as well.
Yeah.
In intricate detail of it. I think that's a good thing.
I'm a
as
bit
well.
lost for words, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Which is no good for an interview, I suppose.